Alright, so this is going to be the first Maiden of the HBAF Easy Edge. It's a plane that Headbang designed. It's a 2D plane that is supposed to do 3D dimensional flying. The plane itself hasn't been weighed, so I don't know how much this build weighs. It does balance out with a 3-cell 800 milliamp battery. I'm using a 20A ESC, a 6x4-inch prop, and APAC motor. And I'm going to toss it up in the air. I just realized though that my power pod is not connected, so I'm going to pause the video, connect that, and then we're just going to launch. So the wind is picking up a bit, not good for this plane as much from what I understand. I'm still going to toss it out in the air because I'm here anyhow and hope for the best. Worst case worst, this is a super easy build. We'll build it again. The wind has really picked up. It's more a wind that a bigger plane can handle. But let's really hope for the best. That was a short run. Alright, well, Headbang. I didn't use a carbon fiber rod going through in the middle of a fuselage, but this is what happens. So if you guys are building it, just make sure to reinforce it with a carbon fiber spar. This is easily repairable though, so just some hot glue, some duct tape here, and it will be fine to fly again. That's what I'm gonna do. I set it up for extreme maneuvers, so maybe I should dial down the rates a bit, the deflection rates a bit through the transmitter at the moment. I dialed it really edgy for 3D flying, so I'm really taking it to the extreme here. That's why I was able to do what I was just kind of surfing around. I don't even know if you guys were seeing that. Anyways, I'm gonna repair this and we'll be back. Okay, so the Easy Edge has been repaired and it's ready to fly again. I dialed in some dual rates so that right now I'm flying with 70% deflection rates and 30% expo, and then I have sports mode where I can go the full 100% deflection rates and 30% expo. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm gonna throttle up a little bit more this time and trying to gain some altitude and then hope for the best. So let's do that. So it's either the wind is really strong, or I don't know what. The plane really wants to lift up and I'm just above the 50% throttle. It's still super edgy, but it does fly super slow when flying towards the wind. Just at around the 50% throttle right now. I'm kind of wiggly a little bit. Let's try to go full throttle. So this is full throttle. It has potential for a climb, but it's not strong enough. I have an FPAC motor with me as well, so possibly I'm gonna change. The buzzer went off because I was throttling up too much, trying to see if it will jump out of my hands. Right now I'm flying at just above 50% throttle. It's flying nice. Maybe I should have maybe mechanically dialed down my rates a bit just until I get used to the plane, because it is lighter than the Edge that I'm used to, but just as agile. The mini Edge that I used to build wasn't as fragile. I mean, it could take a beating. This one I think can't take such a good beating unless I reinforce the entire fuselage with a carbon fiber spar, which is something I'd recommend to do anyhow. I'm trying to gain some altitude here, knowing that the buzzer is wrong and lying a little bit. So vertical climb, spin, roll, got it, knife edge. Boom! Crash. You didn't see that on video. I'm gonna go get the plane. Okay, so there's no real damage to the plane. I mean, nothing broke. The foam board did kind of ease up a bit on the nose section. The power pod kind of got loose a bit. So I pushed in back the barbecue skewers. It's still not rock solid, as you guys can see right here, so maybe it's cracked somewhere. I think I'm just gonna tape over it just to reinforce it for now, because I want to continue flying so long as I have some time. I'll probably exactly like I did with the KFM wing, I'll probably build a second version. A second version meaning just another one, and then reinforce it wherever I've seen that I personally have issues with. So the motor area is gonna get some reinforcing, the entire fuselage is gonna get some reinforcing. So you see I'm just like taping right over here, just like that, to keep the power pod in place. Probably gonna be bad for me, but it's holding, so we're gonna go with this. Let's go, baby. I sort of crashed it on purpose because I was too low, and throttling up where I can't really see would have been a problem. So the side reinforcement stripped off. I'm gonna put some hot glue and fix that. Take 3. Hopefully this time it flies. Wait up. I wanted to dial the deflection rates just a bit more for my flight, because it's still very difficult for me to control. So I'm changing it down from 70 deflection to 60 deflection. I think that really might affect my ability to do 3D, but before I can learn to do 3D, I need to get a feel for the plane. So unless I have a feel for the plane and I know how the plane reacts, and I'm able to control it, it's gonna be hard for me to fly 3D. At least that's my thought. When I started learning out flying the Edge, eventually built the Mini Edge, broke a few of them, a handful if I must mention. I actually learned to fly it with a transmitter that didn't have the option to set deflection rates at all. So I was basically flying it full deflection rates, and I had to learn how to be very, very, very gentle. Now that I have a transmitter that actually allows me to set deflection rates and expos and all that stuff, I kind of am not used to flying without them anymore. It kind of really helped me out. So anyways, I just saw a little more crack, so I added some hot glue that I still had going there, and we're gonna go. Take 3. Okay, much better on the handling for me. It's not gonna do the 3D flying that I wanted to do, at least not for now. And the battery buzzer is either wrong or not. Anyways, I'm gonna just try to do one loop with it, seeing that I can fly it, and then I'm gonna bring it down. I hear a car coming, and as you all know, I don't like cars, so I kind of gained some altitude using throttle and up elevator. I trust that you guys are seeing this by now. Anyhow, let's try to bring it down. Horrible glide. I throttled completely off. I am kind of being lousy, I would say. The plane broke exactly on the other side of where it broke previously, so some hot glue, some duct tape should fix that problem. Anyways, gonna fix that really quickly and then be back. Take 4. the plane is great, but the carbon fiber rod is definitely needed. It broke in a few more places right now. I'm not gonna fix it. I'm kind of debating if I'm even gonna go fly the Howard, the DGA6, simply because, like I said, my wife is after a night shift and she fancied me going out, so I don't know if I want to push my limit. The wing itself is fine. I'm gonna strip off. I'm gonna strip off this, and then I'm gonna rebuild the wing. Although it's gonna be hard to refit back inside. Never mind. This plane is gonna get rebuilt. It's gonna be my ticket in for an entry. Head bang, you did a great job with that, man. It's a great plane. I'm flying with an APAC, which is perfect because that's really what I wanted. The motor's not hot. The ESC is a little bit hot. The motor is a little bit hot. And I did some vertical climb outs. Anyways, I'm gonna check what's the time. Maybe I'll just toss the Howard DGA in the air just for a moment and see. I'll see where it goes.